Hey guys, welcome back to yet another uh, easy recipe vlog. I really try my best to keep them short, you guys, and I'm gonna do my best. I have a new purpose, which is to make our vlog more concrete and short. So, anyway, this is going to be a very Christmassy meal. It's gonna be a very fishy meal for for yourself when you don't feel like having meat, or a vegetarian meal, or if you have guests over and some happen not to like meat or not necessarily a vegetarian. Usually they will go for the fish. So this is a salmon dish we're gonna make, and it's gonna be very Christmassy, I promise. What we need is, I know, please don't judge me. Normally, I'm standing here and preaching to you about how everything should be fresh. This is fresh, but not homemade. What we need is, um, um, I'm going to tell you later for what you need it for, but just trust me on this. We're going to make sweet potato cookies, and we're going to make medium-sized cookies. We're going to end up with at least, that's what the recipe says, at least 20 cookies. I don't know about that, but let's just follow this. So, to end up with 20 cookies, sweet potato cookies, you need 450 gram of sweet potato puree. See, this is one of the reasons why I should have done it homemade, because because sweet potatoes are very expensive. So what the best thing I could get is sweet potato puree and the mixed just regular potatoes in there too, to give you more volume, but it's really not it's not like 100% sweet potato. But just for the sake of it, for this recipe, let's just say, if you can do it better and you have more time on your hands, just get sweet potatoes and make your own homemade sweet potato puree, which is really easy. You just put them, peel them, or don't peel them, put them in the oven or steam them. Peel the sweet potatoes, cut them in little pieces, and then steam them until they become really soft, and then mash them. So for 20 cookies, 450 grams of sweet potato puree. You're gonna need 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary. I think it's rosemary. Yeah, it's just so in English, but in Dutch, but I know the English word for it. Rosemary, I think it is. Yeah. So just chop 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary. Then we're gonna need something. It sounds a little bit fancy. I don't know if you guys have it where you are. If you don't have it, just go for a little spicy cheese. All right. If you don't have this specific kind, just go for the spicy cheese. Something that is hard like this that you can grind. All right. So we're gonna need about 50 grams of what they call the pecorino romano cheese. Look, this is the name game. Pico no padapa. What's this red sticker? Beschermde oorsprongsbenaming. Okay, well, this is some sort of a protected brand. I think. Not sure what they mean. But yeah, that's not the point. The point is, you're gonna need 50 grams of pecorino romano. If you don't have this specific kind, just get any other kind of cheese that is hard and spicy. So that's that. What else? We're gonna need 1 egg. We're gonna need about 75 grams of the better kind of breadcrumbs. And here in Holland, it's panko. It's Japanese, so this is supposed to be, the best breadcrumbs that you have. I just forgot. I don't care about best or not best. I just forgot that I still have some of the, the generic brand that I have here, which will do also. And I always have them here. I love to sprinkle some through the minced meat when I make burgers. Or I have the, the spicy one. So, let's not just be fancy schmancy. Just get whatever you want. Breadcrumb thingy. Is it coating? I don't even know how you call this in English. But I'm happy you guys, those of you that are watching this longer than today, you guys are used to my use of language. So when I say breadcrumbs or this or that, usually you guys figure it out. So thank you for that. So that's that. What else? I think that's it. That's it. So we're gonna put this aside. So this is what we need. We need the rosemary, the cheese, the puree, 1 egg, and the breadcrumbs. And we're gonna mix that. I just give you the measurement. We're gonna mix that in here, and yeah, let's just do that. Let me just give you the picture with actually decent lighting. Decent light, not lightning. We don't want lightning to strike us in here because it's really raining heavy outside, so we're safe here. Decent light, there it is. I'm sorry guys, I've been talking for an hour. I was doing a little video, and when I've been talking a lot, so you know, my tongue really needs a break. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, here it is. All right, so let's go. Let's mix the whole thing. Egg. And now use the fresh rosemary. Fresh rosemary. Oh my god, I just love it. Love it. Love it. Guys, love it. You know, rosemary smells so good. Some people actually use it in some culture to purify your home. So you let it dry, and then you use it as what the Indians do with, you know, with sage, and then purify your home. I think they do that in Africa too. Anyway, but for now, we're not going to purify the home. We're just going to use it to make this recipe awesome. So I'm gonna chop the fresh rosemary, and I'm gonna take 1 tablespoon of that and add it in there. Oh, you guys, I just love rosemary. And I also happen to love Rosemary's Baby, the horror movie. You guys know that? Remember, if you yourself or your family members or the ones that you're making this for are not really into smelly, like, you know, fresh herbs with a significant smell, if they're not really into that, just add, instead of a tablespoon, maybe just a teaspoon, or even a little bit less than that. All right, and there's our 50 grams of that cheese that I just mentioned. I keep forgetting the name. It's terrible to grind this, but look, one big mess. But yeah, there it is. We're almost done. 75 grams of breadcrumbs, or if you're in Holland, try to use this one, the better brand, or really any kind of breadcrumbs. I mean, come on. All right, so now the sweet potato puree, and then we're going to mix the whole thing together. And like I said, last but not least, sweet potato puree. I'm going to mix this. Oh, so there it is. What you see on top is I added the rest of the fresh rosemary that I chopped. It's in there. So yeah, this is the mix. So again, just to sum it up for you guys, we need 450 grams of sweet potato puree. We need 1 tablespoon, depending on your taste, or 1 teaspoon of fine chopped rosemary, fresh herbs. We need 50 grams of grind spice, hard, like I showed you, cheese. We need 1 egg. We need 75 of breadcrumbs, and that's it. Mix the whole thing together. Again, for the people that don't know how to make sweet potato puree, the easy way is to you know, get your sweet potato, then clean them, peel them, and then boil them. That's the easiest way, but not the best way, because you'll lose all those vitamins that will go into the water, and of course eventually you will throw the water away. Best way to do it, to preserve the vitamins, is to steam the sweet potato. So peel it, clean it, peel it, then steam it in, if you have a pan that you can use to steam, and then mash it after that. That's how you get your healthy sweet potato. If you don't have sweet potato in your region, or it's just expensive for you, then, you know, then use the regular potatoes. I mean, who cares really, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're going to make cookies out of these. To be able to have them evenly, especially when we're going to put them, when we're going to bake them, it's really important to weight how much you have in here, and then divide that in 20. I have here of this mixture a total of 632 grams. Divide that through 20, and that will give you about 31 grams per cookie. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use this in here and then measure per cookie 31 grams. yeah, of this mixture. And you know, that's how you get the 20 cookies evenly. I love that. I do that with everything, with the dough, with everything. You know, just love to have things measured out and all that. And of course, if you don't care about that, just, you know, just wing it and do whatever, and you know, make sure you end up with 20 cookies, or not if you want to make them bigger. Just to give you a little heads up, you guys, the next step after we make the cookies, next step is they will go into the fridge. So make sure that you put them on something that will fit into your fridge. So I'm going to use the baking paper in here, on this one, just a simple plank. Put the sweet potato cookies on there, and then if it doesn't fit on one layer, then I'm going to put another layer of the baking paper on there, and then put whatever I have left of the cookies on there, and then put them in the oven, or in the fridge. I'm sorry, in the fridge. Remember, not in the oven. When you make the cookies, we want them to become a little bit hard, to solidify just a little bit. So we're gonna put them after that in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. I mean, the longer the stiff they become, which is good, because then you won't have any troubles baking them, they won't fall apart. So the longer the better, but at least 30 minutes, between 30 and 40 minutes in the fridge. So, but first, we'll have to make the cookies. You know what, guys, forget it. I'm not going to make 20 cookies. It's just, this is too little amount. Plus, I'll be standing here for hours. So, instead of dividing them through 20, divide the total amount of your mixture in 10, which will give you about 60 grams per cookie, and that's what I'm gonna do. So right now, like I said, we're not going to make 20 but 10, because we're not Smurfs. They need to be a little big for us to enjoy them. So I managed to get 7 on that plank, and I'm left with a little bit. So just going to make a second layer and then add the last 3 that I have here. Just said instead of 20, I'm going to make 10, so 7 is there. 3 I have to make out of this. All right, so there they are. Like I said, we're going to put them in the fridge for 30 minutes. Can you open the fridge, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
I already prepared some space for them. These are sweet potato cookies. Mike wasn't here when I was making them, so...
Smell like cheese?
Yeah, there is a lot of cheese in there.
Oh.
Spicy cheese. Now, I'm going to clean that mess. Mike is going to take care of that iron thingy that he used.
It's still too hot.
Oh, still too hot? Oh, look, we have chestnuts. Have you guys seen the recipe that I gave you to make the perfect chestnuts? Chestnuts on open fire. Yeah, well, no chestnuts on open fire, because we live in an apartment. If we try to make open fire, we'll end up spend the night probably in jail. So we're not going to do that. If you live on a farm, on the countryside, or if you have a big yard, then you can do that. But us city people, city boys living in apartments, city people instead of wonderful people, was a beautiful people. I have a recipe on this channel. Just look up Phoenix to Dam chestnuts and you will get it, and it is delicious, you guys. You don't need barbecue or open fire, promise. All right, so I'm going to take care of that mess, and then we're going to move on to the main dish, which is salmon. Have you guys seen our napkins, Christmas napkins? This was a gift from Mom. Just love them, love them. So cute. All right, guys, so now we're going to make the main dish, which is, of course, our salmon. You know, depending on how many people you're making this for, or, I don't know, maybe if you don't have salmon, or if you can or don't want to afford salmon, try to go for, I don't know, some other kind of fish that suits you better. Some other kind of fish fillet. Just remember, fish fillet are almost all the same when it comes to cooking, preparing it. It's done in a short time. So that's the only thing that you need to consider. But yeah, for this, we're gonna need, it's just me and Mike. So 2 medium size of salmon. without the skin. I forgot. I just see it right now because normally when I make salmon, I make it with skin because it's much more healthier to get the skin on. So to have it with skin. So by mistake without the skin, but you get one with skin. Just 2 medium-sized pieces for me and Mike. Like I said, it's just me and him. What else? You need fresh fennel. For those of you that have never seen fennel, this is it. It's a little bit spicy, and yeah, it's spicy and it tastes like
Anise.
huh?
Anise.
Anise, yeah, anise. Yeah, anise. Okay, yeah. I thought you said something else. So so we need salmon. We need fresh fennel like this. We need one big orange. We need basilicum. We need peterselie. I don't know how you call that. Parsley, and we need thyme. Yeah, we need thyme.
We need time.
We need thyme. We need olive oil. If you don't have the fresh herb, then buy at your local store the dry herb for salmon. I'm not going to use these, but I always like to have these kind of spices here, you know, so that when we feel like using them, I don't know, you never know what kind of situation you get in. Sometimes I can find thyme, sometimes I can find basilicum or wherever. So sometimes I just don't feel like chopping fresh herbs and doing the whole thing. So I just sprinkle this, or I marinate the fish with this little bit of oil, and a little bit of this in there, mix it well, and then rub this on the salmon. Or what you also can do is mix this with a little bit of water if you do not want it to be too oily for your taste.
Oily.
So first is first, we're gonna clean the fennel, which means we're gonna cut the bottom, and those things that stick out, we're gonna cut it off. Mike was just confirming or reconfirming everything that sticks out must be cut off. We're talking about this, okay?
Yeah.
Talking about this. This. Look how
Lord,
beautiful
we
it is.
are.
Looks like one of these Scottish pipe bags. No? How I clean it? Mike was just pointing. Yeah?
I love the smell.
Yeah, it really has a very nice smell. It smells like anise, is that what you said?
Anise.
Anise?
Anise.
Oh, it smells really, really good, you guys. It smells like it
Anise.
smells like cookie.
Smells like anise.
Yeah, it smells like cookies.
Gingerbread.
Gingerbread cookies. Yeah, that's how it smells. It's really good. Mike was just saying that he has this recipe where you, I don't know, mix this.
You boil the fennel
You boil the fennel, yeah.
just a little bit, and then you make a specific
Sauce? Is it the sauce with blue
the
cheese? Ah, okay. So not what we're making today, but we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, just cut the top and the bottom off.
Cut it all off.
Cut it all off. And we're going to slice this because we're going to take one of these oven dishes and then cover the bottom with slices of this. So I'm going to do that. I'm just amazed how beautiful this is, you guys.
Smells so good.
And it smells so good. I mean, it's really nice. I don't know. I'm just love how God can make all this beautiful. All right. So something like this. I mean, they're circles, so they're not going to fit beautifully together. So what I did is I cut some like this just to make sure that it's all covered. Then again, I want to have the nice circles in the middle where I put the salmon, and the rest just around it like this, maybe. Yeah, like this. Okay, it's really soft. I know it looks like a rock, but it's really soft, and if you have a good knife, it will cut through it like a hot knife through butter. So all right, so next we're going to clean the orange and then cut it in slices and put it on top of this orange. Okay, don't peel it, just like this. Just clean it, wash it, and then cut it in slices. Look at how beautiful this is. Doesn't this look already Christmassy, you guys? See? Look. Isn't this nice? It smells so fresh and so good. Oh, I just love, 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 love such dishes. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of all my fresh herbs, chop them, and then sprinkle it on top of this. But I just want to stress you guys, make sure if you're going for the fresh herbs that you actually have the fresh herbs. Because look, this one I had sitting in the fridge, and this one I got today. See the difference? This is thyme. And this is the old thyme, see? It looks so sad. That's not what we want. We don't want sad thyme. We want fresh, happy, vibrant looking thyme like this. So, go for the fresh herbs or for the dry ones for the salmon. I'm sorry. I'm gonna throw this away. I'm gonna make a mix of all my fresh herbs that I have here, chop them together and sprinkle them on there, and then get back to you in a minute. Alright, so there you have it. Guys, it smells divine. Let me tell you that, okay? It smells divine without doubt. Just trust me. They're working on technology that will make it able for you to smell while watching at images. We just heard it, I think about 2 weeks ago, and I can't wait, you guys. So, because if you had that now, we'll be able to smell this goodness. It's delicious and it's really divine. It's so, so good. So, this is the bed for the salmon. Now, if you love your fish with a lot more flavor, then what you can do is you can do the mix with the, like I told you, the little mix with oil and these herbs, and then rub them all around your salmon and then put it on here. That will guarantee that it's, you know, that has more than enough flavor for you. So yeah, there's the salmon. Next, what I'm gonna do next is brush a little bit of olive oil. Just make sure that they can breathe. Brush a little bit of olive oil top of the salmon like this. The sides, I mean. It's this oil that will help the salmon to grill, because oil absorbs heat, which helps the meat to attract the heat and keep it, which will make it yeah, that should be enough, which will make it which make the salmon grill, you know, properly in the oven. So this is it. Now on top of this, just a little bit of salt and pepper. That's all, and it's good to go in the oven. There it is. Like I told you, salt and pepper after you brush some olive oil on top of that. And if you want to make it even more Christmassier on top, just like we did on the bottom, you can add some herbs. Just very nonchalant, throw them on there, right? Don't press them on there. Just throw them on there a little bit nonchalant like this, because otherwise they will keep the top of your salmon wet, and we don't want that. We want the salmon to grill, to roast a little bit. That's what I need. Trying to say, we want the salmon to roast a little bit on top. All right. So this will go into the oven for, I don't know, 200 degrees, between 15 and 20 minutes. Awesome. Alright guys, so these have been in there for, I don't know, about 50 minutes maybe? 50 minutes. So by now they're surely ready to be taken out, because we're going to prepare them. Just get one of your best pans with a nice bottom, because you do not want them to stick. And I have one of these high thingies that you see here, because I don't know, sometimes when you use oil to bake stuff, sometimes and it starts to sizzle and, you know, gets all around this. So just to make sure nothing gets out of the pan on your kitchen counter, I like to use this when I'm working with oil. So yeah, just a little additional info. Let's just make these and see how they will turn out. So how you make these is I'm going to do a little bit of olive oil, just barely covering the bottom. If you have coconut oil, it's even better. It's supposed to be healthier, but I don't know. I just prefer olive oil, and I have faith in olive oil. So just a little bit, barely to cover the bottom, and then start baking these. Not really frying because it's not that much oil, but baking is maybe the right word. So let's do that. I have a plate here, just a regular plate with kitchen towel on top, because that's where the baked sweet potato cookies will go, and to get rid of some oil that might come out of them while sitting here, because I'm still waiting for the salmon to finish. So yeah, I think I'm ready. Engaged. I think it was engaged. Isn't that what they say on Star Trek? Engage? Alright, the bridge, my bridge is ready. This should be done in about 5 minutes. And halfway turn them, flip them. Make sure that you bake them on both sides. And they should be ready when they're all around goldish brown, and then with some brownish spots here and there. I'll show you when they're done. Guys, don't let them get too comfortable in there. Bother them. Poke them around, move them around a little bit. Prevent them from sticking to the bottom. That's also how you know if they're ready to be flipped. Because somehow you feel it. I don't know how to explain it. You just feel that it's hardened. The bottom side is hardened. You just feel it by moving them around. That's also when you know that you have to flip them. While making this, in between I'm listening to Somewhere in My Memory from the soundtrack of Home Alone. One of the perfect movies for this season. Enjoy, you guys. Do you guys have any favorite Christmas movies or Christmas songs that you like to listen to? Alright, so this is, just flip them. Just make sure you feel that they're a little bit solid, that they have a crust before you flip them. And don't worry if they're falling apart a little bit or if they're crumbling. I mean, we're making cookies out of puree, so no wonder that they will let some crumbles in your pan. Don't worry about that. They're delicious and they smell super delicious. They're really delicate, so I don't want to bother them too much. So for the next batch, I'm gonna make a different plate, a new plate with some kitchen towels on there to absorb the excess oil. But you guys, they smell delicious and look really, really nice. See all these fresh herbs? I bet you can imagine how this all smells. And it's really not expensive. I mean, anyone can do this. Again, if you cannot afford sweet potato, or if you cannot find sweet potato, then just use the normal potato. All right, so the sweet potato cookies are done. Guys, they are delicious. I'm not kidding. I swear to God, I'm not kidding. They're delicious. Delicious. They're delicious. Please don't deprive yourself from this and make this. Try it. I mean, what is it? It's just a couple of potatoes that you need, and that's it. Some fresh herbs. You need to try it. No excuse. Now look to the person on the couch next to you and in the eyes and tell him or her, if you really, really love me, you need to make these for me. So there you have it. Make it your Christmas gift. All right, there it is. I don't know what it is about this combo, but it really, really smells like you're roasting this on wood, on open fire, on wood. It smells really... Yeah, chestnuts on open fire. Yeah, in this case, Sam on open fire. Again, you guys, this smells really, really delicious. And look, already nibbled a little bit because I always like to check if something is done, and it tastes divine. It's so good, and it will go very well with this, right? That's my own creation. So let's just try this out, put it to the test. By the way, speaking of putting it to the test, they're making Beauty and the Beast attraction in Tokyo. Is it in Tokyo?
Tokyo Disney.
Tokyo Disney, and it looks amazing. I can't wait to see the vlogs of the end product.
Result.
Looks really nice. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this a marvelous picture to look at when you serve this to your guest just on the table? Is this amazing? It's really awesome. It's really awesome and so Christmassy. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, we're going to enjoy it. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. If you've tried this, please let us know how yours turned out. And happy holidays, you guys. Mike, say bye.